On Wednesday, the Chancellor Philip Hammond will unveil his economic plans for the country in his spring budget. Here on Breakfast this week, we'll be looking at the impact it might have on different generations.
This morning, we're focusing on millennials, those born between 1981 and the year 2000. Steph has taken to the road and is just outside Aberdeen for us this morning.
It's about British jobs.
Britain's most senior anti-terrorism officer has revealed that 13 potential terror attacks have been prevented since June 2013.
Assistant Commissioner Mark Rowley is launching a campaign encouraging people to report suspicious activity. Here's our Home Affairs correspondent, Daniel Sanford. Take us through what exactly has been published and what questions there might be.
Now, the World Health Organization estimates that 9 out of 10
that we do, and the purpose of that was to alert and to raise awareness about how this problem is getting really dramatic. Years ago, we alerted saying that 6.5 million premature deaths are occurring every year around the globe because of exposure to air pollution, both indoor and outdoor air pollution. And today, our call is for giving people the figures that represent the cost of polluted air we breathe. And this time we focus on children, because we think that the figure is even more dramatic. So 1.7 million deaths in children under 5 caused by exposure to different environmental risk factors. I think that deserves some action and alert and immediate interventions.
Are there particular countries which are much worse than others?
Definitely developing countries.
About today.
As if by magic.
Yes, talking about the issue of pollution caused by cars keeping their engines on when they're parked up. I think he's somewhere around there for us. He's at a school in East London. Morning, John. See you a bit later on in the programme.
Some nice temperatures around. You're watching Breakfast and BBC News. That's still to come this morning. On Wednesday, the Chancellor will unveil his budget. And Steph is just out.
There is a name you are going to hear again and again and again. World Championships.
Great.
Exactly. World Championships in London this summer. But just the most ridiculously brilliant weekend for her. Great photo of her there. We're going to be hearing lots more about this girl, believe you and me. She stormed to victory in Belgrade in a championship record time this week. I don't know. Argue with your colleagues.
Throw a cup of coffee over Louise.
Have a bit of a straw. Well, it's very similar to what Arsenal's Alexis Sanchez has been doing at the moment. He walked out of training after arguing with his teammates the other day. Almost got in a fight with one of them. That never happens here. He is, though, have a very happy striker. Harry Kane scored 2 more goals in their win over Everton. It's their 23rd goal of the season, and Leroy Sané added a second. It's 4th league win in a row for Pep Guardiola's side. Now, there will be an Old Firm derby in the semi-finals of the Scottish Cup after Celtic thrashed St Mirren 4-1 in the last day. Sport of the year.
Go on. Thanks, Al.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Welcome. Yeah.
Now, lots of you will know this feeling.
Podcasts and website information on gov.uk/act.
Concerns you picked up on in that research is that people are concerned that they're wasting your time.
Which about some targets that we didn't know about.
And the idea that you're working on 500 investigations at once and strategy has actually failed, that it's not working, that you aren't stopping their radicalisation.
Some of that information actually the office put together have actually sort of steered them back onto a more sensible view of the world, and they haven't travelled. And that's with preventing their lives as having their head turned or someone with mental health issues. The earlier we can intervene with someone, the more it can be preventative rather than waiting till they've done something or planning to do something awful. And then
Talked about the sort of different levels of threat, from a Paris-style attack to individuals. Let's deal with that sort of the attack that happened at Bataclan, for example. Are you ready if that sort of thing were to happen here in the UK? Are officers ready for that sort of thing?
because none of us know what to deal with, and that's what run, get us.
Thank you very much indeed for your time this morning.
Thank you very much.
Really interesting stuff. It's 17 minutes past 8. Let's find out what's happening with the weather. Carol has it for us again this morning. Hello.
Broken us again and cuts on the face, and I'm just
Affected are your family by all the talk before a fight like this?
Great performance from Trace as well, who brought on a little
Thank
cup
you.
of water
Yeah, exactly.
for you.
You saved me. I'm off to go and recover myself now.
He does
Thank
genuinely sound
exhausted.
broken, exhausted.
Yeah, well, you would be.
Yeah.
It was the build-up to that fight was just. It was horrible at times.
Yeah, well,
And like you said,
they've got to sell it, haven't they? And
They've got to sell it.
He
Yeah.
was involved as much as David Hay was in the billing of the fight, and it actually, most people thought it wouldn't last anywhere near as long as it did on Saturday.
And in lots of ways, it did live up to expectations because it could have been over super fast, couldn't it? But it wasn't. Interesting, he sent his kids away.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a big decision to make about whether he fights David Hay again or even fights again, as he was talking.
Yeah. Sounds weary.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks, Al.
It does. Thanks, Al.
Go have a good cough.
Yeah, thanks.
It's estimated 40,000 people in the UK. Oh, many thanks to them. Thanks, John. They've been brilliant.
What a confident bunch of kids as well.
Weren't
The way they delivered
Absolutely.
their messages there to the Mayor of London. Very impressive.
And we're going to catch up with the weather. Carol, you got a little bit of thought.
Now, in the run-up to Wednesday's budget, here on Breakfast, we're looking at how Britain's economy is working for different generations.
Yes, this morning we're focusing on millennials, those born between 1981 and 2000. Steph is just outside Aberdeen with the young workforce of a...
It's one of those, when it's that huge, it doesn't look too good, but I'm sure it tastes nice.
If it smells nice, it's going to taste nice.
Okay, lovely.
Thanks, Steph.
Brilliant stuff.
Them in action. Let's speak to Eric Perez, the founder of Toronto Wolfpack. So how did this idea even come about?
Well, you was
2010.
Really, so that quickly you've sort of put this team together. And
It's been a
rugby league. When you first saw that match at Birmingham, what was it that, hold on a minute, I've got to get involved in this? And a bit of biff.
Is it taught in schools now as well then? Or how's
we're Yeah,
This is it.
yeah, that's him right back there. He scored his first ever career hat.
What happened to our next guest, former teacher Simon Wall?
He spent nearly 2 years fighting to clear his name after he was wrongly accused of offences against children. He's now calling for changes to the way that cases are actually handled.
It went to a jury, and within 40 minutes...
They went out and they came straight back in again.
What?
There was nothing to discuss. The fact of the matter is, in a court of law does not mean to say they're not guilty. With that, we have enormous problems, have slunk back with impunity
Because they had
and with anonymity.
They had anonymity, yeah.
And no one knows their